My name is Jay's a Dragon, and welcome to my build guide series where I will explain how to build the X-Men as playable characters in 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons. This video is timestamped so you can skip to where you need, with a link in the description for the written version. My disclaimers are as follows. Official, third party, UA, homebrew, in that order. Mechanics over description, flavor is always optional. Builds work in every tier of play. And lastly, magic items are not requirements for a build to work.
Forge, aka Maker, is the Cheyenne medicine man and mutant with the ability to perceive mechanical energy in motion, granting him unsurpassed insight on technology, even alien or theoretical. Forge's mechanical intuition lends itself famously to his inventing, making him capable of creating impossible wonders with enough preparation. Some of his feats include space, time, and dimensional travel, canceling superpowers, inhibiting psychic abilities, and vastly empowering mutant abilities to the level of extinction events. He is a longtime support player of the X-Men and other teams, greatly enhancing the technology of the X-Mansion and its defense systems, including a total revamp of the Danger Room and the Blackbird, and the many plant-based tech advancements of Krakoa. While Forge is a genius-level intellect in his area of expertise, his intelligence is not part of his mutant enhancements. His intuitive understanding of technology is largely subconscious, sometimes requiring him to disassemble a device he made to even begin to figure out how he made it work. Forge possesses extensive knowledge of Native American magic, which he initially avoided using but has since embraced and employed to great effect. The combination of ancient magic and advanced technology was Forge's edge when he defeated his ancestral enemy, the evil deity, the Adversary. Using point buy, I gave Forge 10, 14, 13, 15, 12, 8, with a +1 in Constitution and a +1 in Intelligence. Variant Human is used as race, gaining the Prodigy feat. Gain 1 skill, expertise, tool, and language. Arcana proficiency comes from race, and Medicine proficiency comes from the Prodigy feat. Investigation expertise comes from the feat, and Perception and Investigation come from Artificer. History and Insight come from the Clan Crafter background. 5 tool proficiencies in total are gained from race, feat, class, and background together. Common and 3 other languages in total between race, feat, and background. Artificer level 1. Magical Tinkering. Create a minor image, sound, smell, or light on a surface that can last indefinitely. Spellcasting. Every morning, prepare a number of spells equal to your intelligence modifier plus half Artificer level rounded down. So that's 3 spells now, and 1 extra prepared on intelligence ASI increases and even levels. Cantrips learned. Acid Splash. Hit an enemy with a ray that corrodes them on a molecular level. Mending. Contemplate an object's function to be able to accurately repair it. Spells prepared. Detect magic. Utilize a handheld scanner that can detect enhanced individuals. Cure wounds. Employ your shamanistic magic to close the wounds of injured allies. Shield of Faith. Fall back on your heritage's spiritual magic to defend yourself. Artificer level 2. Infuse item. Touch an object to make it a magic item. Maintain more infusions as you level, starting with 4 infusions known and 2 active, changeable every long rest. Infusions known. Replicate magic item, Bag of Holding. Your side bag is an extra dimensional pocket, no big deal. +1 weapon increases to +2 at level 10, increasing weapon attack and damage rolls. +1 armor or shield increases to +2 at level 10, increasing armor class. Mind Sharpener. 4 daily uses to avoid failing a concentration saving throw. Recharges on long rest. Spell prepared. Alarm. Cordon an area with sensors to alert you to intruders. Artificer level 3. Right tool for the job. Create a toolset to be able to use your various tool proficiencies. Thieves' tools come from Artificer. This disarms traps and opens locks. Contains pliers, picks, a file, tiny scissors, and a tiny mirror. Tinker's tools also come from Artificer. For crafting and innovating advanced technology. Contains a soldering gun, wrenches, screwdrivers, wires, a magnifying glass, and other fine tools. Smith's tools from Artificer. For crafting metal weapons and armor. Woodcrafting tools from your subclass. For crafting wooden weapons, ammo, and wands. Alchemist supplies from the Clan Crafter background for making substances and explosives with chemistry. And Herbalism Kit from the Prodigy feat. Contains pouches and vials, mortar, and a pestle for crafting potions and antitoxins. Artillerist subclass. Specialize in deploying mobile turrets. Arcane Turret. Deploy a high-tech cannon with a variety of uses. Turrets sport a high AC and HP and can be healed with the Mending cantrip. Turrets can reposition as part of their action, grab walking or wall climbing 15 feet each round. Ignites flammable objects with a flame cone, repels enemies with a pushing single target shot, or creates temporary HP for every ally within close reach of it. Subclass spells. Gain spells that don't count against the number prepared each morning. Shield. Deploy a personal energy shield to quickly deflect attacks. Thunder Wave. Send targets flying with a concussive burst shot. Artificer level 4. ASI. +2 intelligence, now at 18. Spells prepared. Sanctuary. Ward yourself or an unconscious ally from further harm to avoid certain death while they recuperate. Identity. Intuit the complex functions of a piece of hardware. Artificer level 5. Subclass feature. Arcane Firearm. A casting foci becomes your gun and adds a d8 to damage. Second level spells. Unprepare a first level spell to make room for Heat Metal. Concentrate a laser to superheat an identified point of vulnerability and impede its function. Subclass spells. Scorching Ray. Fire a potent beam from your metal arm. Shatter. Lob a fragmentation grenade to shred through object and enemy alike. Artificer level 6. Tool Expertise. All types of tools you have proficiency in now gain double proficiency. Gain 2 known infusions and 1 more active infusion, now at 6 known and 3 active. Spell Refueling Ring. Restore up to a third slot, usable once per long rest. Lantern of Revealing. Track invisible enemies in the infrared spectrum. Enables you to see invisibility as well as being a light source and made into a hooded lantern. Spells prepared. Lesser Restoration. Analyze toxins and provide antidotes with your medical equipment. Artificer level 7. Flash of Genius. Add your intelligence modifier to a check or save for yourself or an ally within 30 feet of you. Usable int mod times per long rest. Artificer level 8. ASI. +2 intelligence, now at 20. Spells prepared. Pick any 2 to trade up next level. Artificer level 9. Subclass feature. Explosive Cannon. Your turret's damage rolls all add a d8, and as an action, you can trigger a turret to self-destruct, dealing 3d8 force to a 20-foot radius on a failed dex save or half on save. Begin casting 3rd level spells. Spells prepared. Dispel Magic. Utilize an experimental ray gun that neutralizes the powers of an enhanced individual. Haste. Overclock your or an ally's chronal positioner to experience time slower than normal. Subclass spells. Fireball. Fire off rockets from your metal arm. Wind Wall. Deploy a machine to clear fogs and mists in the area. Artificer level 10. Magic Item Adept. You can now attune 4 magic items at once instead of 3, and crafting magic items takes the quarter of the time and half the resource. Gain 2 known infusions and 1 more active infusion, now at 8 known and 4 active. Cloak of Protection. +1 AC and +1 all saves. Winged Boots. Gain a fly speed equal to your walk speed. Your tasseled deerskin boots, equipped with an energy hovercraft housed in your metal foot. Starting at level 10, it is important to remember that infusions known can be traded out once each level up, as the replicate magic item infusions gain several powerful options at 10 and again at level 14. Depending your party's composition, consider unprepare a previous infusion and replace it with Periaptive Wound Closure. The wearer automatically stabilizes when in death saves on their turn, and always double hit dice healing. Cantrip Learned. Guidance. Your intuitive analysis gives you greater insight on objects and enemies. Spells prepared. Fly. Attain faster flight with a classic jetpack. Artificer level 11. Spell Storing Item. Load an item with a 1st or a 2nd level spell you know for twice your in-mod uses that you or anyone else can use, craftable every long rest. Make a wand of Cure Wounds for 10 free uses of Cure Wounds per day. Unprepare a previous infusion and replace it with Gauntlets of Ogre Strength. Grant to an ally and set their strength to 19. Artificer level 12. ASI. Take the Warcaster feat. Advantage concentration saves, and you can opportunity attack with single target spells. You can unprepare a previous infusion and replace it with Headbaton of Intellect. Grant to an ally and set their intelligence to 19. Spell prepared. Revivify. Utilize your ancestral shaman magic to return fallen allies to life. Artificer level 13. You can unprepare a previous infusion and replace it with Bracers of Archery. Grant to an ally to give proficiency with longbows and add +2 to all damage rolls with ranged weapons. You can now cast 4th level spells. Spells prepared. Fabricate. Create complex works from its raw materials, limited only by your familiarity with it. Proficiency and expertise with the 5 different kinds of artisan's tools means more and better things that you can make with it. Subclass spells: Ice Storm. Deploy your weather-altering machine. The bugs are actually features. Wall of Fire. Firebomb a wide curtain to divide the battlefield. Artificer level 14. Magic Item Savant. You can now attune 5 magic items at once, and you ignore all class, race, spell, or level requirements for using magic items that have requirements. Gain 2 known infusions and 1 more active infusion, now at 10 known with 5 active. Gem of Seeing. Forge's machinery insight lets him instantly determine if a person is a robot in disguise. Ring of Protection. +1 AC and +1 all saves. You can unprepare a previous infusion and replace it with Belt of Hill Giant Strength. Grant to an ally to raise their strength score to 21. Cantrip learned: Thorn Whip. Deploy your grappling hook housed in your metal arm. Spell prepared: Summon Construct. Build a frontline robot to fight in tandem with your turrets. Artificer level 15. Subclass feature: Fortified Position. Your turrets create half cover for allies standing behind them, granting +2 to armor class and dex saves. You can also have 2 active turrets at a time and can make both with the same bonus action. You can unprepare a previous infusion and replace it with Amulet of Health. Grant to an ally to set their constitution to 19. Artificer level 16. ASI. Take the Resilient Wisdom feat. +1 Wisdom, now at 13, and you gain Wiz Save proficiency. Unprepare a previous infusion to replace it with Bracers of Defense. Grant to an ally to give +2 AC if not wearing any armor or shield. Spell prepared: Audluke's Resilient Sphere. Have your energy shield fully encase you. Artificer level 17. You can unprepare a previous infusion and replace it with Boots of Speed. Grant to an ally to double their walking speed. You can now cast 5th level spells. Spell prepared: Bigby's Hand. Throw together a huge robot to grab and pummel your opponents for you. Subclass spells: Cone of Cold. Convert your equipment on hand into an improvised ice blaster. Wallow Force. Expand your energy shield to form an impassable barrier. Artificer level 18. Magic Item Master. You can now attune 6 magic items at once. Gain 2 known infusions and 1 more active infusion, now at 12 known and 6 active. Dimensional Shackles. Handcuff an incapacitated creature to prevent them from teleporting or leaving this plane of existence. Has a sky-high DC of 30 strength check to escape them that is only possible to even attempt once every 30 days. Ring of Free Action. Ignore difficult terrain and any magical restraints or paralysis. Spell prepared: Greater Restoration. Purge an ally from mind-controlling effects with a neurosynaptic reset. Artificer level 19. ASI. Take the Observant feat. Gain +1 Wisdom, now at 14, and gain a +5 in Passive Perception and Passive Investigation. With the infusion Eyes of the Eagle, you can now read lips from afar. Artificer level 20. Soul of Artifice. Up to +6 to all saves, 1 for each attuned magic item on you. And as a reaction, you can end an Artificer infusion to avoid dropping to 0 HP and have 1 HP instead. Spell prepared: Animate Objects. Automatize and weaponize any unused hardware you find lying around. Magic Item Wishlist. In addition to your infusions, you can keep an eye out for the following: +1, 2, or 3 all-purpose tool. Form as any tool set and give you use of 1 cantrip from any spell list. Arm Blade. Stow your all-purpose tool in your mechanical arm. Tome of Clear Thought. +2 intelligence to a maximum of 22. +3 half-plate armor for your Krakoan mech suit. Wand of Binding. Hold person and hold monster charges, as well as a pseudo freedom of movement effect. Amulet of the Planes. Travel beyond your plane of existence. Cast Plane Shift on DC 15 intelligence check. Beyond level 20 is an epic boon. Boon of True Sight. Have a passive 60-foot True Sight. With this, you can trade out your Lantern of Revealing or Gem of Seeing infusions for others. Tactics. Defender turrets can continually pump temp HP for your entire team and themselves, greatly reducing damage in, potentially creating more temp HP than any other class is capable of. Both turrets grant half cover, adding 2 AC and 2 dex saves to any ally that would benefit from a chest-high wall, and move each round to better reposition and block. Having 2 turrets makes it easy to manage frontliners and backliners in your team, devoting a turret to both, and even swapping them if one is getting close to breaking. Turrets are decently tough and even heal a bit with mending, though it can eat into its duration time. If enemies are focusing a turret enough that it does die, that's a lot of damage tanked that your allies didn't have to incur. Even beyond the very useful defender turrets, your spells and features make you a fantastic support player. With the level 11 feature spell storing item, you are producing up to 10 more casts of Cure Wounds than normal before even dipping into your spell slots. Both Restorations and Revivify are on your list, among other defensive buffs. Out of combat, you're able to outfit and upgrade your entire team, creating build-defining magic items such as the Belt of Giant Strength and the Periaptive Wound Closure. You also solve all many problems to trade for anything else you need, producing up to 3 sets of plate armor a day out of scrap metal, which you can choose to gift or sell for money. This concludes my guide on how to play Forge. As just a fun extra, if you were to build a mini of Forge, this is how it might look. I do hope you've enjoyed this. If you have any thoughts on what you do to improve it, or if you've played this, feedback on how it went, or anything else, please leave a comment. Definitely subscribe and ring the bell icon for notifications as I have many more builds on the way. Feel free to join my Discord for X-Men one-shots. And as always, thank you for watching.
Pick a side, pick your poison.